The rain tapped against the window as I waited in our small apartment living room, my 7-month pregnant belly heavy with our child. "Vincent, you wanted to talk?" My voice trembled, unsettled by the coldness in his eyes. Vincent Reed stood by the window in his expensive suit, the lamp's glow reflecting off his luxury watch. "Elaine, I can't do this anymore." His voice was businesslike, out of place among the scattered manuscripts from my editing job. "What do you mean?" I whispered. "This isn't working." He sighed. "I made a mistake." "A mistake?" My hand instinctively protected my belly. "You mean our baby?" "Not exactly. Though maybe." His words were ice. "My promotion means traveling overseas. A family is just a burden now." I tried to stand, fingers brushing the ultrasound photo on the desk. "But we promised to become a family for this child." "Promises?" Vincent scoffed. "I'm at a crucial career stage. I don't have time for a child. We can manage together. I can adjust my work." "The problem isn't just time," he interrupted. "It's you." The room seemed to freeze. "Me?" Vincent stared coldly. "You're unfit to be my wife." Those words pierced my heart. "Look around," he gestured. "Always messy. Too absorbed in your work to keep house. Late to my business dinners. Can't cook." And, his eyes dropped to my belly, "You won't be fit as a mother either." Each accusation crushed my self-esteem. "That's not true," I protested weakly. "I'm trying my best with everything." "Trying isn't enough. Results matter." "And you? You have failed." He grabbed his jacket and moved toward the door. "Wait." I cried. "This can't be real. We have a child coming." Vincent turned, showing irritation rather than affection. "I've already decided. I've contacted my lawyer. The divorce papers will arrive next week." "Vincent." I stepped forward but stumbled against the table. The ultrasound picture fell to the floor. He paused. "I'll pay the minimum child support. Don't expect more." "This isn't about money." Tears streamed down my face. "We're a family." "Not anymore," he said, opening the door. "I'm aiming higher. I don't need you holding me back." The door closed, and my world shattered. I collapsed onto the sofa, whispering to my unborn child. "We'll be okay." As the rain intensified, determination grew within me. "We'll make it, just us two. I'll prove I am enough as a mother." Facing the dark window, I felt fear mixed with unexpected strength. "I can make it without you." Morning sunlight fills our small but clean home. 5 years have passed since that rainy night when my world collapsed. "Chloe, breakfast's ready." I call her while checking the kitchen clock. My 4-year-old daughter rushes in, dark curls bouncing, clutching her favorite stuffed rabbit. "Is Daddy coming to my dance show?" she asks between spoonfuls of cereal. I glance at Nathan, still in his hospital scrubs, scrolling through his phone with tired eyes. "Daddy has to work today," I explain gently. "We'll record everything for him." Nathan sets down his coffee. "Sorry, princess. Was packed all night." He kneels beside her. "I'll make it up to you this weekend." Chloe's frown disappears when Nathan produces a small toy unicorn from his pocket. "Found this at the hospital. I thought you'd like it." "It's perfect." Her face brightens instantly. Watching them, I remember the day we met, 2 years after Vincent left. I'd rushed Chloe to the emergency room, with a high fever. Nathan was the doctor on duty, calm and reassuring as he examined my terrified daughter. "She'll be fine," he'd said with a warm smile. "You're doing great, Mom." Those simple words were the first hint that I might actually be a good mother after all. After Chloe recovered, Nathan called the hospital to check on the patient. One coffee led to dinner, and slowly, the walls I'd built began to crumble. Elaine? You with us? Nathan waves his hand before my face. Just thinking about work, I lie, packing Chloe's lunch. In truth, I was marveling at how we became a family. Nathan kisses my cheek. I'm heading to bed. Night shift again tonight. Will you read me a story first, Daddy? Chloe pleads. One short one, he agrees with a tired smile. I watch them head to Chloe's room, her excited chatter mixing with his patient responses. Our refrigerator displays Chloe's drawings, 3 stick figures holding hands labeled "My Family." My phone buzzes with a deadline reminder. The juggle never ends, but it's a different struggle now. Nathan emerges from Chloe's room. She wants you for the dragon voices, he says, yawning. Go sleep, I touch his arm. You look exhausted. He nods, then hesitates. We need to talk later, about things. Something in his tone makes my stomach tighten. With Vincent, we need to talk, preceded disaster. Sure. Tonight after my deadline? Yeah. He kisses my forehead before heading to our bedroom. I stand frozen for a moment, old fears resurfacing. But Nathan isn't Vincent. We're a real family. Mommy. The dragon part. Chloe calls. I push away my anxiety and move toward my daughter's room, toward the life we've built together. With Nathan, I finally found what a true partnership feels like. Or at least, I thought I had. That evening, our home feels different. The usual warmth seems to have evaporated, replaced by an uncomfortable silence. Nathan sits at the kitchen table, absently stirring his coffee. He's been awake for an hour, preparing for another night shift, but has barely said 10 words. Are you hungry? I ask, trying to break the ice. I could make you something before you go. No thanks. Had a protein bar earlier. His voice is flat, distracted. I busy myself with wiping the already clean counters, stealing glances at him. The tension is a physical presence between us. Chloe bounces into the kitchen, her dance costume still on from her performance. Daddy. Wanna see my dance? Mommy recorded it. Nathan checks his watch. Not now, Chloe. I need to leave for work soon. Her face falls immediately. But you promised you'd watch it when you woke up. I said this weekend, honey. His tone is gentle but firm. No, you promised today. Her lower lip trembles. You always say later, and later never comes. I step in quickly. Chloe, Daddy has to save people at the hospital. We'll watch it together tomorrow, okay? Nathan sighs heavily, running a hand through his hair. The dark circles under his eyes seem more pronounced than usual. Fine. 5 minutes. He follows Chloe to the living room. I hear her excited narration as she shows him the video on my phone, but Nathan's responses are minimal, distracted. When I join them, Chloe is performing her routine live while Nathan checks his messages. That was great, princess, he says when she finishes, though I can tell his mind is elsewhere. Chloe beams, oblivious to his inattention. Will you come to the real show next time? Ms. Johnson says I'm the best twirler. We'll see. The non-committal answer is becoming too familiar. I step in again. Chloe, time for your bath. Daddy needs to get ready for work. After she reluctantly leaves, the silence returns, heavier than before. You okay? I finally ask, sitting across from him. Nathan looks up, his expression unreadable. Just tired. 3 night shifts in a row is rough. Is that all? I press, the knot in my stomach tightening. He stands abruptly. I should get going. Nathan, please. If something's wrong. Have you ever thought about how you appear to others? The question comes out of nowhere, his voice unnervingly calm. I freeze. What? How you present yourself. How you come across. His eyes meet mine, searching. My heart pounds as Vincent's words echo in my head. You're unfit to be my wife. Unfit to be a mother. What are you saying? My voice shakes slightly. Nathan shakes his head. Nothing. Forget it. Bad timing. He grabs his keys from the counter. I'll be late tonight. Don't wait up. Nathan. We'll talk later, okay? I promise. He kisses my cheek, but it feels perfunctory. Then he's gone, the front door closing with a soft click that somehow sounds final. I stand alone in the kitchen, Vincent's cruel words mixing with Nathan's cryptic question. Have you ever thought about how you appear to others? What did he mean? Am I failing again? Am I not enough, as a wife, as a mother? The bathroom door opens, and Chloe calls for me. Mommy. I need help with the shampoo. I take a deep breath, pushing down the rising panic. Right now, Chloe needs me. Whatever is happening with Nathan will have to wait. But as I help my daughter with her bath, my mind spins with possibilities, each more worrying than the last. Is he unhappy with me? With our life? Is history repeating itself? Mommy, why are you sad? Chloe's innocent question catches me off guard. I force a smile. I'm not sad, sweetie. Just thinking. About Daddy. Her perception sometimes startles me. Yes, about Daddy. I admit. He works very hard to take care of us. And you work hard too, she says matter-of-factly, splashing in the bubbles. Daddy told me you're the strongest person he knows. The simple statement brings unexpected tears to my eyes. Did Nathan really say that? When? And if he thinks I'm strong, what did he mean by his question? I tuck Chloe into bed an hour later, my headache beginning to intensify. As I close her door, I catch sight of our family photo on the wall, Nathan holding Chloe on his shoulders, my face turned up to them, laughing. We looked so happy. Have you ever thought about how you appear to others? The question follows me as I settle at my desk to meet my editing deadline, but the words on my screen blur as my thoughts circle endlessly. My head throbs as I drop Chloe at preschool the next morning. Between Nathan's cryptic question and my late-night deadline, sleep was elusive. Mommy, don't forget cupcakes for tomorrow. Chloe calls, rushing to her classroom. Another item for my endless to-do list. I smile and wave mechanically. At the publishing house, chaos reigns. Our quarterly deadline approaches, manuscripts piling up. Elaine, did you finish the Thompson edits? My boss Karen appears, frowning. Sent them last night, I answer while massaging my temples. Great. Then take the Roberts manuscript. Deadline's tomorrow. She drops a thick stack on my desk. Tomorrow? But I'm all ready. James has the flu. We're redistributing. She's already walking away. Marketing meeting moved to noon. I stare at the new manuscript, my vision blurring. Nathan's question echoes, have you ever thought about how you appear to others? By lunchtime, I've made minimal progress. The meeting runs long, forcing me to rush to the supermarket before picking up Chloe. Under harsh fluorescent lights, I squint at my grocery list. The pain has spread to my neck and shoulders. Reaching for cake mix, the aisle suddenly tilts. I grip a shelf, breathing deeply until the dizziness passes. An elderly woman asks if I'm okay. I'm fine, I mumble. Just tired. She moves on. No one has time for strangers' problems. I check the time and panic, I'm late to pick up Chloe. Rushing through checkout, I fumble with my credit card as my vision blurs at the edges. Chloe's teacher gives me a disapproving look when I arrive 15 minutes late. We were getting concerned. Work meeting ran long, I explain weakly. Chloe chatters all the way home, but I barely register her words through my headache. At home, I set her up with a snack and homework while starting dinner. The Roberts manuscript waits in my bag, promising a long night. Mommy, I need help with math, Chloe calls. In a minute, honey. I stir pasta sauce mechanically, the kitchen spinning slightly. But they're due tomorrow. I said in a minute. I snap, immediately regretting it when I see her face fall. I'm sorry, sweetie. Mommy's not feeling well. Are you sick? Should I call Daddy? No. Daddy's busy at the hospital. I'm fine, just a headache. After dinner, bath time, and bedtime stories, I collapse at the kitchen table with the manuscript. Words blur together, requiring multiple readings of each paragraph. My phone buzzes, surgery running long. Don't wait up. Nathan. I stare at those impersonal words. Our connection seems to be slipping away. Or maybe I'm failing again, not being enough. Have you ever thought about how you appear to others? Vincent's voice joins, you're unfit. A failure. I push the manuscript away and press my palms against my eyes. The headache is unbearable. In the bathroom, I swallow painkillers and splash cold water on my face. The mirror reflects a stranger, pale, dark-circled eyes, messy ponytail. Is this how Nathan sees me? Why he's pulling away? I force myself back to the waiting manuscript. Chloe needs cupcakes, my boss needs edits, Nathan needs. I'm not sure anymore. But I can't fail. Not again. I have to be enough. My vision swims as I push forward, ignoring my body's warning signals. One more page. Then another. Just keep going. I have to be enough. The clock on my nightstand reads 11:37 p.m. when I finally drag myself to our bedroom. The manuscript sits half-finished on the kitchen table, I simply couldn't focus any longer. My head feels like it's being crushed in a vice, and the room won't stop spinning. I fumble with the buttons on my blouse, my fingers unnervingly numb. Nathan's side of the bed remains empty, undisturbed. Another night at the hospital. Another night alone. Sitting heavily on the edge of the mattress, I reach for the glass of water I keep by the bed. My hand trembles so badly that water sloshes over the rim, soaking the novel I've been too tired to read for weeks. Get it together, Elaine, I mutter to myself. I close my eyes, but that only makes the spinning worse. When I open them again, black spots dance across my vision. Something is wrong, very wrong. My phone. I need to call someone. With clumsy movements, I reach for it on the nightstand, but it slips from my grasp, clattering to the floor just out of reach. No, I whisper, sliding off the bed to my knees. The sudden movement sends a spike of pain through my skull so intense that I gasp. The room tilts violently. I'm on the floor now, though I don't remember falling. The carpet scratches against my cheek. I need to get up. I need to call for help. What if Chloe wakes up and finds me like this? Chloe. My baby. I need to be okay, for her. Help, I try to call out, but it comes as barely a whisper. The darkness at the edges of my vision closes in. From somewhere that seems very far away, I hear the soft padding of small feet on carpet. Then Chloe's voice, high with concern. Mommy? Why are you on the floor? I try to respond, to tell her everything's fine, but my mouth won't form the words. I can only see her small, fuzzy outline in the doorway. Mommy? Her voice rises in panic. Mommy, wake up. I feel her small hands on my shoulder, shaking me. I want to tell her not to be afraid, but the darkness is overtaking me rapidly now. I'll call Daddy, I hear her say, suddenly sounding older than her 4 years. He'll know what to do. No, I think desperately. Don't bother Daddy at work. I'm fine. I just need a minute. But I can't speak. I can't move. The last thing I'm aware of is Chloe's voice, surprisingly steady, talking to someone on the phone. My mommy fell down and won't wake up. Yes, I know my address. Then nothing but darkness. The darkness swallows everything, even their voices, until there's nothing left at all. Beeping. Steady, rhythmic beeping is the first thing I become aware of. Then the antiseptic smell that can only mean one thing: hospital. I struggle to open my eyes, my lids feeling impossibly heavy. When I finally manage, harsh fluorescent light sends fresh pain stabbing through my skull. She's waking up, says a female voice I don't recognize. I try to speak, but my throat feels like sandpaper. A straw appears at my lips. Small sips, the voice instructs. As my vision clears, I see a middle-aged nurse with kind eyes checking the IV in my arm. Her name tag reads, Sarah Martinez. What happened? I managed to croak. You collapsed at home, dear. Severe dehydration, exhaustion, and malnutrition. She adjusts something on one of the machines next to my bed. Your body basically went on strike. Memory floods back, the spinning room, falling, Chloe finding me. My daughter. I try to sit up but immediately fall back, dizzy. Easy now. Nurse Sarah gently restrains me. Your daughter is fine. Smart little thing, that one. Called 911 all by herself and gave them your address. Most 4-year-olds wouldn't know how to do that. Relief washes over me. Where is she now? Your mother-in-law picked her up, I believe. She checks my chart. You've been out for about 14 hours. 14 hours? What time is it? Just past 2 p.m. My mind races. Nathan's mother has Chloe. That's good, but Nathan, where is Nathan? My husband. Dr. Bennett is in surgery. Nurse Fiona's tone becomes more professional. He was here all night, but was called in for an emergency procedure this morning. I close my eyes, conflicting emotions washing over me. He stayed all night, but now he's gone. Just like always. Work comes first. When can I go home? I ask. Not today, that's for certain. Nurse Sarah checks my vitals. Dr. Sharma wants to run more tests. Your blood work showed some concerning deficiencies. I stare at the ceiling, feeling utterly alone. The nurse must sense my distress. Your husband didn't want to leave, she says, her voice softening. The head of surgery had to personally call him in. Before I can respond, there's a light knock at the door. My heart leaps, thinking it's Nathan. But it's not Nathan. Well. Look who it is. I freeze at the familiar voice. Standing in the doorway, impeccably dressed in a designer suit, is Vincent Reed. My ex-husband. Chloe's biological father. Vincent? His name comes out as a whisper. What are you doing here? He steps into the room, his expensive cologne overpowering the hospital smell. He looks exactly the same, handsome, successful, cold. Apparently, I'm still listed as an emergency contact for Chloe. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. Imagine my surprise when the hospital called. Nurse Sarah glances between us, sensing the tension. I'll give you a moment, she says, slipping out of the room. I'm alone with Vincent for the first time in 5 years. Trapped in a hospital bed, Weak and vulnerable, exactly how he last saw me. I guess some things never change, he says, looking me over with barely concealed disdain. Still a mess, I see. Married a doctor and still end up here alone. Ironic, Vincent smirks, surveying the hospital room. I meet his gaze despite my pounding head. What do you want? He settles uninvited into the chair. Just checking on my daughter's welfare. When they called about her mother collapsing, I was concerned. 5 years of silence, and suddenly you're concerned? I've been sending checks, he straightens his silk tie. That was our arrangement. Money doesn't make you a father. And fainting from exhaustion makes you a good mother? His words hit their mark. I look away, fighting tears. Chloe had to call 911 herself. His voice drips with judgment. A 4-year-old, alone with her unconscious mother. Sounds like neglect. Don't you dare. What if something worse had happened? Who would care for her then? Your workaholic doctor husband? He's not even here when you need him. My hands clench the blanket. Nathan is a wonderful father to Chloe. He's not her father. And clearly, not much of a husband either. Left you to run yourself into the ground while he saves everyone else. You don't know anything about us. I know enough. He stands. Maybe I should reconsider our custody arrangement. A judge might be interested to hear how the child had to call emergency services herself. Fear jolts through me. You wouldn't. I'm a partner at my firm now. I have resources, connections. His smile is cold. And a new wife eager to be a mother. The monitor beeps faster as my heart rate increases. You abandoned us. You called me an unfit mother before she was even born. People change. My circumstances have changed. I can provide stability now. Chloe doesn't even know you. Whose fault is that? You never encouraged a relationship. You never wanted one. You made it clear we were burdens. Vincent checks his watch. Water under the bridge. The question is what's best for Chloe now. A mother who works herself to collapse? A stepfather who's never home? Or a father with resources and a stable home? The threat hangs between us. He can't take Chloe. He wouldn't. Would he? I'll have my lawyer contact you, he says casually. Once you are recovered. The way he says recovered makes it sound like I'm mentally unstable. You can't do this, I whisper. I'm only thinking of Chloe. A child needs stability. When the hospital called, they couldn't reach your husband. Too busy saving strangers to answer his phone. What kind of family life is that? The door opens. Vincent turns, expecting a nurse. Nathan stands there in surgical scrubs. His face shows exhaustion, but his eyes are alert, taking in the scene. Can I help you? His tone is coolly professional. Vincent extends his hand. Vincent Reed. I'm Chloe's father. Nathan ignores it. I know who you are. He positions himself between Vincent and my bed. And as Elaine's attending physician just informed me, she needs rest. Not visitors causing emotional distress. Vincent's smile falters. We were just catching up. Her elevated heart rate suggests otherwise. Nathan's voice remains calm, but with underlying steel. I'll have to ask you to leave. Hospital policy, patient welfare comes first. Of course, doctor. Vincent's tone is mocking. We'll continue our discussion about Chloe's arrangements another time, Elaine. Nathan stiffens at the implied threat, but his professional demeanor holds. The nurse will show you out. Vincent gives me one last pointed look before leaving. As the door closes, I can breathe again. Nathan moves to check my monitors, his face giving nothing away though tension radiates from him. Nathan. I begin. Rest now, he cuts me off, adjusting my IV. We'll talk later. He's in doctor mode, efficient, detached. But as he turns to leave, I catch the worry etched around his eyes. Despite everything, he still cares. Or maybe he's just concerned about Chloe. Like everyone else. The door has barely closed behind Nathan when it opens again. I brace myself, thinking Vincent has returned, but instead, Nathan re-enters. This time, his professional demeanor has vanished. He stands at the foot of my bed, still in his surgical scrubs, his face a complex mixture of concern and determination. I'm not letting him intimidate you. I hadn't realized. I was holding my breath until it rushes out. He's threatening to take Chloe over my dead body. The intensity in Nathan's voice surprises me. He moves to my side, taking my hand with uncharacteristic gentleness. How are you feeling? Really? Like I've been hit by a truck, I admit. Nathan, about Vincent. We'll deal with him. His voice is calm but resolute. Right now, you need to focus on getting better. The door opens again, and Vincent reappears, a security guard beside him. I believe I left my phone. He stops short seeing Nathan. Nathan straightens, his doctor persona sliding back into place. His voice, when he speaks, is chillingly professional. Mr. Reed, as I explained, Mrs. Bennett needs rest. As both her husband and a physician at this hospital, I must insist you respect that. Vincent's confident smile returns. I was just concerned about my daughter's mother. Surely you understand, doctor. I understand that patient care protocol requires minimizing stress factors during recovery. Nathan's clinical tone is somehow more intimidating than anger would be. Your presence is elevating Mrs. Bennett's heart rate and blood pressure to concerning levels. He gestures to the monitors, which are indeed showing my increased anxiety. If you genuinely care about her welfare, and by extension, your daughter's, you'll leave now and schedule any discussions through proper channels. Vincent hesitates, clearly unused to being outmaneuvered. This isn't over, Elaine, he says finally. We'll discuss Chloe's future when you are better. Any communication can go through our lawyer, Nathan replies before I can speak. Now, please respect hospital policy before I'm forced to report this as patient harassment. The security guard shifts his weight, a subtle reminder of his presence. Vincent's jaw tightens, but he nods curtly and leaves. When the door closes, Nathan's shoulders sag slightly. He runs a hand through his disheveled hair. I meant what I said. He's not taking Chloe. In this moment, despite our recent distance, I see the man I fell in love with, protective, steady, strong. Not cold or detached, but determined and loyal. Thank you, I whisper. Nathan's expression softens. Rest now. I'll be back to check on you after I finish my rounds. As he turns to leave, I realize something important. Whatever is happening between us, whatever his cryptic question meant, Nathan is still fighting for our family. And for the first time since I collapsed, I feel a glimmer of hope. An hour passes before Nathan returns. I've been drifting in and out of sleep, my mind cycling between worry about Vincent's threats and confusion about Nathan's behavior. The door opens quietly, and there he is, still in scrubs, but with a stethoscope around his neck now. How are you feeling? He asks, more doctor than husband as he checks my chart. Better, I lie. Nathan, we need to talk. About what Vincent said, about Chloe. He won't get custody. Nathan's voice is firm. Empty threats from a man who abandoned his responsibilities. But he has resources, connections. And we have 5 years of proving ourselves as Chloe's family. No judge would disrupt that without serious cause. He sits in the chair beside my bed, his professional facade softening. Family courts prioritize stability. The irony strikes me. That's what he said we lack. Stability. Nathan runs a hand through his hair, a rare gesture of vulnerability. Because you worked yourself to collapse? Because you're never home, I say quietly. Because I'm trying to do everything alone. His expression shifts, surprise and hurt mixing with guilt. Is that how you see it? What did you expect, Nathan? You asked if I'd thought about how I appear to others. What did you mean by that? He sighs deeply, suddenly looking exhausted. I didn't mean how you look or act. I meant how you appear medically. Medically? Elaine, I've been watching you push yourself to exhaustion for weeks. The headaches you try to hide, skipping meals, staying up all night to meet deadlines. He leans forward, professional concern mixing with personal worry. As a doctor, I saw the warning signs. As your husband, I tried to talk to you about slowing down, but you always brushed it off. I blink, processing this. So when you asked, I was trying to make you see what I was seeing. A person heading for physical collapse. He takes my hand gently. I should have been more direct. I'm sorry. The realization washes over me. Nathan wasn't pulling away because he found me lacking. He was worried. Why didn't you just say that? I tried, but timing was always off. You were busy with Chloe or work. I was rushing to a shift. His fingers tighten around mine. And honestly, you're so determined to handle everything yourself that sometimes it's hard to get through. Because I have to be enough, I whisper before I can stop myself. Nathan's eyes soften with understanding. Is that what this is about? Vincent's unfit and nonsense? I look away, embarrassed by the tears forming. Maybe. Elaine, look at me. He waits until I meet his eyes. Your body shut down because you've been trying to be superhuman. No one can do it all alone. Not even you. But I should be able to. Why? Because some jerk who walked out on you said you couldn't? His voice is gentle but firm. That's not strength, that's self-destruction. And medically speaking, what you've done to your body is dangerous. The doctor in him takes over, explaining my diagnosis in clear terms. Severe dehydration. Nutritional deficiencies. Physical exhaustion. Stress-induced migraines that went untreated. Your body has been sending warning signals for weeks, he concludes. You just refuse to listen. I stare at the ceiling, reality sinking in. Nathan wasn't distant because he thought I was failing. He was watching me refuse help until my body gave out. I thought. I start, then stop. What? I thought maybe you were realizing I wasn't enough. Like Vincent did. Nathan's expression turns fierce. Don't ever compare me to him. I love you, Elaine. Not some idealized version of you. The real you, who doesn't have to be perfect to be loved. As his words sink in, a different kind of tears form. Not from fear or exhaustion, but release. Our conversation is interrupted by a knock at the door. Sarah, the nurse, enters the room. Sorry to interrupt, Dr. Bennett, but I need to check her vitals. She smiles warmly at me. How are you feeling, dear? Better, I say, and this time it's not entirely a lie. Sarah efficiently checks my IV and notes readings from the monitors. Your color's improving. That's good. Nathan stands, switching back to doctor mode. Any updates from Dr. Sharma on the blood work? They just came in. The anemia's responding to treatment. She adjusts my pillow with practiced ease. Your wife should make a full recovery with proper rest and nutrition. Thank you, Sarah. Nathan's professional tone softens. And thank you for last night. She pats his arm. No need to thank me. You did most of the work yourself. I look between them, confused. Last night? Sarah glances at Nathan, who suddenly appears uncomfortable. Should I? It's fine, he says quietly. Sarah turns to me with a kind smile. Your husband was quite the hero last night, dear. Showed up at your house right before his shift started, said he had a feeling something was wrong when you didn't answer his texts. My confusion must show on my face because she continues. He found you unconscious and called the ambulance himself. Rode with you here, starting treatment before you even arrived at the ER. She straightens my blanket. Insisted on staying by your bed for 2 hours monitoring your condition, even though he was supposed to be starting his shift. I stare at Nathan, who looks almost embarrassed. You came home? Sarah nods. And he arranged for his mother to take care of your little girl. Called her at midnight, I believe. But I thought. Words fail me. Dr. Chang was furious about the delayed shift, Sarah continues, until he heard the circumstances. Even so, they needed your husband in surgery this morning. 3-car pileup on the highway. She gives Nathan a motherly look. He's been working nonstop for nearly 20 hours now. I study Nathan's face, noticing for the first time the dark circles under his eyes, the stubble on his jaw. He looks exhausted. Why didn't you tell me? I ask. You needed to rest, he says simply. Sarah checks my chart once more. Your husband barely left your side until that emergency came in. Even slept in that uncomfortable chair. She nods toward the visitor's chair. Now, I'll leave you two to talk. Press the call button if you need anything. After she leaves, silence falls between us. I'm struggling to reconcile the version of Nathan I'd constructed in my mind, distant, detached, possibly losing interest, with this new information. You found me? I finally ask. Nathan nods, sinking back into the chair. I was worried when you didn't respond to my messages. Thought I'd check in before my shift. His voice is quiet. When I saw you on the floor, with Chloe trying to wake you up. He stops, swallowing hard. I've rarely seen him this emotional. You took care of everything, I whisper. Of course I did. His eyes meet mine, confusion evident. You're my wife, Elaine. Did you think I wouldn't? The question hangs between us, exposing my deepest fears. Had I really believed he'd abandoned me, just like Vincent? Had I been so afraid of history repeating itself that I'd failed to see what was right in front of me? I thought you were pulling away, I admit. That question about how I appear. I thought maybe you were seeing what Vincent saw. Nathan reaches for my hand. What I saw was someone I love working herself to death. Someone who wouldn't let anyone help her, not even me. Nathan's thumb gently traces circles on the back of my hand. I've been watching you run yourself ragged for months. Taking on extra work, handling everything with Chloe, never asking for help. I didn't want to be a burden, I whisper. A burden? His expression softens with understanding. Is that what you thought? That needing help makes you a burden? I look away. Vincent made it clear that needing anything from him was inconvenient. I'm not Vincent. There's an edge to Nathan's voice now. And you're not the same woman he abandoned 5 years ago. Sometimes I feel like I am, I admit. Especially lately, with you working so much and me struggling to keep up with everything. Nathan sighs, rubbing his tired eyes. I took those extra shifts to save for Chloe's education fund. I thought I was helping our family, but I see now what it cost us. He meets my gaze. What it cost you? Why didn't you tell me? I wanted to surprise you. He gives a self-deprecating smile. Pretty stupid, right? Thinking I was being the hero while you were falling apart. For the first time in months, I feel like we're truly seeing each other. Not the versions we've constructed in our minds, but our real, imperfect selves. We haven't been talking, I say. Really talking? No, we haven't. He squeezes my hand. That changes now. Starting with this, you don't have to prove anything to me, Elaine. You don't have to be Superwoman. You're already enough, more than enough, just as you are. Tears sting my eyes. Even when I collapse from exhaustion and end up in the hospital? Especially then. Because it means you care so deeply about our family that you'll push yourself past your limits. His voice cracks slightly. But I need you to care about yourself too. Because Chloe and I need you healthy. We need you whole. I've been so scared, I confess, the words tumbling out. Scared of failing, of not measuring up. Of losing you like I lost Vincent. You didn't lose Vincent, Nathan says firmly. He walked away from the best thing that could have happened to him. His loss, my gain. He smiles, though his eyes remain serious. And you will never lose me. Not to work, not to anything. Promise? The word sounds childish even to my ears, but Nathan doesn't laugh. I promise. But I need you to promise something too. His expression turns grave. Promise you'll let me help. Promise you'll tell me when you're struggling. Promise you'll remember that we're partners, equals, and that means sharing the load. I nod, unable to speak past the lump in my throat. You are the strongest person I know, he continues. But strength isn't about doing everything alone. Sometimes it's about knowing when to lean on others. The door opens, interrupting our moment. Sarah enters, looking apologetic. Sorry to intrude, but there's a situation. Your ex-husband is demanding to see Chloe. Security is holding him in the lobby. My heart races. He can't take her. He won't, Nathan says firmly, standing. I'll handle this. We'll handle it, I correct him, pushing myself up. Together. Elaine, you should rest. This is our daughter we're talking about. I remove the blanket covering my legs. Help me up. Sarah looks concerned but brings a wheelchair. Protocol for patients on IV fluids, she explains. Minutes later, wheeled into the hospital lobby, I face Vincent for what I hope will be the last time. He stands near the security desk, impatience etched on his handsome face. Finally, he says when he sees us. I demand to see my daughter. Nathan positions himself beside my wheelchair, a united front. Chloe is with her grandmother and is staying there until Elaine is discharged. I have rights, Vincent insists. I'm her biological father, Vincent said. Biology doesn't make a father, I said with surprisingly steady voice. Being there makes a father. Loving her makes a father. Something you've never done. Vincent's expression hardened. I told you, my circumstances have changed. But you haven't, I interrupted. You're still the same selfish man who walked out because a pregnant wife was inconvenient to you. Watch it, Elaine, his tone became threatening. Remember what I said about custody. Go ahead and try, Nathan said calmly. We have records of your 5-year absence. 5 years of consistent child support payments, but no attempts at visitation. 5 years of receipts, birthday cards never sent, holidays missed. Vincent blinked, caught off guard. And we have character witnesses, I added. Teachers, doctors, friends who have seen us raise Chloe with love and stability. Not to mention, Nathan continued, the court might be interested in why you've suddenly developed an interest in your daughter after learning her mother married a doctor. Something, embarrassment perhaps, crossed Vincent's face. You called me an inadequate wife. An inadequate mother. Even before Chloe was born. I straighten in the wheelchair, feeling a strength I haven't felt in years. But I'm not. I'm enough. As a wife, as a mother, as a woman. More than enough. Vincent's facade cracks slightly. You've changed. Yes, I have. But not because of you, in spite of you. I take Nathan's hand. I found someone who values me. Who sees me clearly and loves what he sees. For a moment, something like regret flickers in Vincent's eyes, quickly replaced by his usual cold mask. This isn't over. Yes, it is, I say with quiet finality. Go live your life, Vincent. We're living ours. He opens his mouth as if to argue, then thinks better of it. With a curt nod, he turns and walks out of the hospital doors. Nathan kneels beside my wheelchair. That was incredible. I feel drained but oddly peaceful. I've been waiting 5 years to say that. Let's get you back to your room. He kisses my forehead gently. You need rest. 3 days later, I'm home. Our small house feels different somehow, warmer, safer. Nathan took a week off work, something he's never done before. Chloe is ecstatic to have both of us home together. Daddy's making pancakes. She announces, bouncing on our bed early Sunday morning. With chocolate chips. Is he now? I smile, watching her excitement. And he said we can go to the park later if you feel strong enough. She studies my face with childlike concern. Do you feel strong enough, Mommy? The question resonates deeper than she knows. Yes, sweetheart. I do. In the kitchen, Nathan flips pancakes while humming off key. When he sees me, his face lights up. You should be resting. I've rested enough. I wrap my arms around his waist from behind. Besides, I smelled chocolate chip pancakes. He turns in my embrace. I called the publishing house yesterday. Explained the situation. They're extending your deadlines and reducing your workload. Nathan. Non-negotiable. His tone is light but his eyes are serious. And I've restructured my shifts. No more weeks of night duty. But your career is important, he finishes. But not as important as this. He gestures to our home, to Chloe setting the table with mismatched silverware. Not as important as us. Later, at the park, I watch Nathan push Chloe on the swings, her laughter carrying on the breeze. The sound of my phone interrupts the moment, my boss, apologizing for the pressure, asking about my recovery. I'll be back next week, I tell her. But I need to discuss a more sustainable schedule. After I hang up, Nathan joins me on the bench, slightly out of breath from chasing Chloe. Everything okay? He asks. Getting there. I lean against his shoulder. I'm learning that being loved doesn't mean being perfect. That needing help doesn't make me weak. He kisses the top of my head. That's my girl. Watching Chloe climb the jungle gym, her face alight with determination, I realize something. The voice in my head, the one that always whispered I wasn't enough, has finally gone quiet. In its place is a new certainty, I am enough. I always was.